Hi everybody. I wanted to hop on and create a short video just to check in on you and to focus in on a couple of points I wanted to make about this module. I used to do every module I would do kind of what I called a 3-minute breakdown with Blackburn or Blackburn breakdown. I tried to come up with a catchy name, and I have not been doing that for you for each of these modules. So this is kind of my version of the Blackburn breakdown, just 3 minutes to hop on and point out some important topics from this module that I hope that you are reading about and focusing on as you start your work. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that we are at the end of June. This is the last week of June, which is crazy, but the summer semester always flies by so quickly. And so in the month of July, it does speed up a little bit. I told you that we were going to take it slow in June so that you could, for many of you, this is your first college course, and I wanted to start off a little bit slower so that you could make that transition and get used to the module format and kind of the setup, which I hope you have found to be consistent, to always have the to-do list every module and be able to follow that. So now in July, it's going to pick up a little bit because the last couple of topics that we have, they're really designed to kind of go together, in my opinion. So instead of just focusing on one main topic per module, we're going to do some combinations of topics that I think really go together. And so you will see that in July on your course calendar that you will have 2 modules per week. Don't panic by that though, because I've still kind of distributed the workload, so even though you're going to have 2 chapters and kind of 2 different topics to study, you'll still have your mind tap, but I'm not requiring an assignment at the end of each module like some of these first modules have been. So you'll really just focus on that mind tap and focus on doing the reading and looking through whatever I have to help you for that module for instructional material. Sometimes it's a PowerPoint, sometimes it's a Prezi or a soft chalk lesson to go along with that. Because also in July, you're going to be really focusing on part 2 of your final project and doing some of that research with your transfer path or your career path. And so I want to make sure that you have time to focus on that as well. Please, if you have any questions about any of the assignments, let me know so that we can chat about that. Many of you have already emailed me, and I was able to clarify some things and kind of help some of you to choose some student engagement opportunities and talk about that study skills experiment as well. So please make sure that you're looking at our course calendar. You have an idea of where we're going for the month of July and what all needs to be accomplished by the end of the course, because the last couple of weeks of the semester are going to fly by just as quickly, if not quicker, than the first couple have. Okay. So I took up most of my 3 minutes just kind of giving that overview, but it's important. So very quickly, for this module, we are looking at motivation. And this is a topic that has already come up for us a couple of times in the previous modules when we're looking at, other aspects of being a successful student. Motivation is always a huge factor. And so this module is really going to dive a little bit deeper into, what is motivation? What factors influence our motivation? Why is it that in some circumstances and some courses we really struggle with motivation, we're very unmotivated, and then in other situations we feel like our motivation is extremely high and we have no problems kind of accomplishing our work. And so the main thing I want you to focus on when we're looking at motivation, in the PowerPoint, there is a formula that really focuses in and tries the best it can to break down the factors that contribute to motivation and how you can figure out if your motivation is going to be high or not. You can see my dog is now joining us in the background. So sometimes motivation seems like one of those topics where it's very hard to assess. It's very hard to pinpoint it down to a specific level, and this formula tries to help you do that. So V times E equals M. This is not a math course. I promise you it's not math, but it kind of sets up that formula and helps you look at those different factors in motivation. So please make sure you're spending some time on that and really thinking about that for yourself in terms of different experiences you've had, maybe different classes you're taking. You could even relate it to your personal life and different roles you have, whether that be a parent, an employee, whatever the case may be. So that's really important. And then the other aspect of this module that I really want you to focus in on is it talks about and really emphasizes the importance of having dreams and having goals. And that is extremely important when it comes to motivation and having something to work towards, something that you have set for yourself that you're trying to obtain, whether that be a really small goal for maybe like a goal just for today, a goal for this week, or it starts to become a little bit more long term and you're looking to the future, maybe in 6 months, a year, 2 years, to be able to finish the degree, maybe even further out when you're what you see for yourself in terms of a career or a life. And so that's really, really important is dreams influence motivation. They really do. And sometimes students will say, I've never really set goals. I kind of just fly by the seat of my pants. I go day by day. I just try to tackle what's happening that day and do the best I can. And I completely understand that, especially in certain circumstances or certain phases of our life. It can start to, feel more like survival or more like I just have to focus on what's in front of me. But it really is important, even in those harder phases of life, that we set goals for ourselves. And that, again, that may just be that daily goal. What do I need to accomplish today to try to make this situation better? Or, how am I going to get through today? How am I going to get through this week or get through this particular situation? But then it's also important to then start expanding that and creating those bigger dreams. So that's what you're really going to focus on and learn about when it comes to motivation is what are the factors that influence it? And then how can I become a dreamer? How can I become a goal setter and use that to my advantage to increase my motivation? Okay, so I know I'm over my 3 minutes. I should have set a timer. That's what I normally do for myself is set a timer, and then I cut myself off at that 3 minutes so I don't ramble. But I had two kind of important things combined into one, so that's why I went a little bit longer. But please, as always, if you have any questions, let me know right away so that I can help you as you work through this module. Make sure you're looking at that course calendar and looking at our syllabus because you have student engagement opportunities. You have a midterm open book, open note quiz coming up, and then you also have that final project that you should be continuously working on. Many of you, I've already looked at your part ones and helped you, so now you're focusing on part two. So please reach out if you need any help or have any questions, okay? I will be on vacation the rest of this week. I posted an announcement, I think tomorrow morning, just letting you know that I will be out of the office, so I won't have my normal office hours, but I am still available by text or email, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. I may be a little bit slower during the day, depending on what we're out doing, but definitely in the evening I will still be checking my email. Okay, have a great rest of your day.